All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to this explainer on Blackbird Hollow. Today, we aren't just looking at a brand or, some generic lifestyle concept. We're actually going to step into a tangible, weathered, and highly physical homestead. This is a place deeply shaped by hard work, shifting weather, and quiet memory. So imagine a rural landscape, somewhere out in the open mountain countryside or foothills, where having a little dirt under your fingernails is practically a badge of honor. Life deliberately. This phrase right here is basically the true north of Blackbird Hollow. And what's really interesting about it is that comma. It isn't a command shouted at you, it's a quiet observation. It's an overarching philosophy that invites you to just unhurry yourself. It emphasizes that this world is entirely about choosing consciously, paying attention, and recognizing that real, true comfort comes from being fully present in the environment you've built. I absolutely love this quote because it brilliantly illustrates that exact point. The garden has never cared what day of the week it was. This is a grounding observation from Anna, the caretaker of the hollow, and it instantly aligns us with the natural pacing of this world. Mother Nature doesn't use scheduling software, right? She doesn't care about your Monday deadlines or your Friday happy hours. This really sets the perfect stage for our immersive tour today, inviting us to just leave our manufactured urgency right at the gate.
Section 1. Arrival and Atmosphere. Stepping onto the farm.
As we explore this physical geography, a totally natural reaction is to wonder, wait, is this a real place? Because it absolutely feels like one. It's a completely lived-in property. We're talking a glass house with cracked panes, an old apple tree, and a weathered wooden gate that leans just a little bit but still swings open perfectly. To really understand Blackbird Hollow, you have to engage your senses. Feel the space. Imagine the distinct crunch of heavy work boots on a gravel driveway. Picture the sound of rain drumming on a tin roof while you're sitting inside reading. Take a breath and imagine the smell of rich, damp soil, crushed herbs, and that faint, comforting scent of cedar and smoke from a wood stove. Think about running your hand over worn oak or wrapping yourself up in thick, sun-dried linen. It's tactile, it's concrete, and it is incredibly grounding.
Section 2. The Caretaker. Meet Anna.
Meet Anna, the 26-year-old guide to this world. She isn't an actor placed on a set. She's a woman whose character has been completely shaped by the land, the weather, and relentless physical labor. And the crucial point here is exactly how she identifies her role. Anna is a caretaker. She is definitely not a founder, a CEO, or some lifestyle influencer trying to sell you a fast track to luxury wellness. She is simply one who tends and inhabits a space. Anna is this highly capable, self-possessed young woman who observes the world around her rather than prescribing doctrines for other people to follow.
Looking at her personality traits, you get a real sense of her tough but warm nature. She learned to carry weight early in life, and because of that, she doesn't organize her existence around seeking anyone else's approval. She's incredibly patient with the long, slow processes of farming, but let me tell you, she has zero patience for nonsense, whether that comes from a broken tractor or a passing tourist. She knows the weather patterns by looking up at the sky, not down at a screen. She won't tell you how to live your life, but by watching her live by her own strong principles, you kind of can't help but learn something profound. Section 3. The Philosophy. Life Deliberately.
There's this huge misconception out there that slow living is about being lazy or taking endless naps. But out here at the Hollow, farm life is physically demanding. It can be urgent and it can be exhausting. Slow living here doesn't mean moving at a crawl. It means moving with deep intention. Consider these core tenets. Tend what matters, make useful things beautiful, refuse urgency that has not earned authority. Honestly, that last one is my absolute favorite. Think about it. How much of our daily panic comes from artificial, unearned urgency? The wisdom here carries itself without ever crossing into corporate jargon or preachy self-help language. It's all about building a life that can actually be inhabited and repairing things before simply throwing them away to replace them.
And this brilliant comparison illustrates exactly why Blackbird Hollow is so relatable. On one side, we have the messy reality of the farm. Bread sometimes burns in the oven. Plants die despite your absolute best efforts. Sometimes the weeds just win the battle. Tools snap in half, and sudden rain completely ruins a whole day's plans. But on the other side, you have that generic cottagecore aesthetic. The fake perfection, the spotless white aprons, the flawless escape fantasies. Blackbird Hollow builds immense trust and comfort precisely because it embraces the dirt under the fingernails. It's believable because it's imperfect.
Section 4. Dictated by the seasons, the rhythm of the farm.
Because the farm is real, it is entirely at the mercy of nature.
Literally everything that happens on this homestead is dictated by the passage of time and the shifting weather. The seasons out here aren't just pretty backdrops for photos. They are the absolute rulebook for survival and daily life. Let's walk through this cycle. In the spring, you're dealing with mud, nursing seedlings, and doing massive repair work from the winter damage. Summer brings long, golden light, exhausting field work, and absolute garden abundance. Then autumn rolls in. It's time for preserving the harvest, stacking firewood, and watching the colors turn deep and rich before that first frost hits. And finally, winter forces everything to slow down. It's about quiet rooms, baking bread, reading up in the loft, and planting seeds while the snow falls outside. A gnome moves entirely at the rhythm of the weather, not a calendar.
Section 5. Goods for the slow life. Taking it home.
So how do you actually take a piece of this world with you? Well, these aren't cheap trinkets. They are things that feel lived in, highly useful, and made specifically for the life you mean to live. This isn't your generic lifestyle shop. It's a highly curated collection of honest, natural materials. We're talking incredibly soft hemp and linen sheets, wood cabin candles that smell exactly like the North Woods, beautifully worn ceramics for your morning coffee, soothing botanical salves, and heavy paper-filled notebooks. These are the exact goods that Anna actually uses, makes, grows, and tends to on the farm.
In addition to the goods, Blackbird Hollow also curates a directory. Simply put, it is an unhurried, honest guide to good local shops and hemp across different cities like Brooklyn, Los Angeles, Portland, and Denver. What really makes it special is its quiet integrity. It's thoroughly researched from public sources, and there are absolutely zero paid placements. If they haven't been there in person, they tell you. It perfectly maintains the brand's grounded, transparent ethos.
As we bring this explainer to a close, I want you to consider Anna's final observation. Most things worth keeping don't happen quickly. This right here is the ultimate takeaway from Anna's world. It's all about accepting that worthwhile things, whether it's an heirloom tomato, a perfectly broken-in pair of boots, or a deeply fulfilling life, they just take time. They require immense patience and deliberate daily care.
Which leaves us with this final provocative thought. As you step away from the hollow and back into your own busy world, ask yourself, what are you choosing to tend to today? Are you rushing through urgency that hasn't earned its authority? Or are you building a life you can actually inhabit? Take a breath, leave a little slower, and thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.